Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio, so today we need to take a look at a brand new product which has gone and popped up, and we need to talk about a promo card which you probably don't have, and I'm not sure if you're ever going to get it. But let's start off with these new packs, and what we've got very simply are not really promo packs, but they're packs that have 2 packs of cards, and we've got pins featuring Arceus and Darkrai. And that's it. You pay, I think they're $10, and you get yourself an Arceus pin or a Darkrai pin, and you get a pack of Silver Tempest, and you get a pack of Fusion Strike. And honestly, ladies and gentlemen, for the price, given my love of pins, and I cast, so I love having a nice pin for me jacket, yeah, these are really, really cool. Now, I've seen these popping up over on the US Pokemon Center, and I've seen them popping up over on the UK Pokemon Center. The UK Pokemon Center, they are listed for £9.99. I believe they're $9.99 on the US Pokemon Center, though it's not actually showing up for me weirdly at the moment, and I'm not 100% sure why. Always just let me look at the US Pokemon Center. Now, normally going on, it just doesn't let me, and that's a little bit weird, but I can worry about that later. These are cool products for people that like pins. If you don't like pins, they're probably not that great. Like booster packs, you're looking at, $4.50 a booster pack? $5 a booster pack? I mean, depending on what product you buy, etc. If you just want booster packs, there are better places to go. If you like the pins, these are really cool. Obviously, Arceus is a fun pin right now because Arceus is still a phenomenal deck. Still doing very well, still stopping tournaments, still doing brilliantly all over the place. Darkrai's weird. Like, Darkrai V-Star, every so often just kind of pops up. And it's just kind of there. And does well briefly. And I keep being at tournaments or looking at tournament results and seeing like there's one random Darkrai that made day 2 or at some point is sitting there at 9-0. No, that's silly. 4-0. And it's weird. And I don't know how long this is going to last, frankly. I don't know if we've already seen the last time this is going to happen. But I do find it weird that every so often Darkrai V-Star just kind of pops up. But one of the things that when we get products like this is not necessarily about these. Maybe you want these, maybe you don't. That's not really the point. Products like these, and I cannot speak for Pokemon. I'm not an employee of Pokemon. This is just me looking at what we've seen in the past. But generally speaking, when we see stuff like this, there tends to be more down the line. Now, I can't say for certain whether there will or there won't, but we often see this. So when these come up, we get a couple, now we got Arceus and Darkrai. But then over time, oh, look, another one pops up. And then another one pops up. We used to have a bunch of these a little while ago, so keep an eye on these. I'm not saying there's going to be a bunch of these in the future. I don't know. But I absolutely am saying that there might be more of these in the future, and that would make me very, very, very happy indeed. Now, in terms of pack selection here, we've got ourselves a Fusion Strike and a Silver Tempest. Now, usual rules apply here. This is what they're showing on the website. I cannot actually tell you this is going to be the pack selection when you buy it, because it doesn't say in here. It says that you get 2 booster packs and a metal pin. Now, there is very clearly an image showing a pack of Fusion Strike and a pack of Silver Tempest, which is a lot more pronounced. Usually we just get the generic look at the box, which has packs in. Here, they've actually given a separate image over on the website showing these 2 packs. But the rule is really simple. Until you actually get the product, until it's actually confirmed, we can't say one way or the other. Likely it's these 2. Can't actually say for certain. There we go. Now, in terms of the packs, Fusion Strike is a weird set because it's the biggest set we've ever seen. But in terms of good cards, you've got the Gengar and the Espeon, which are like brilliant. And then you got the Mew, which is pretty good. And then after that, the drop-off is stark in terms of what you actually really want to be pulling that you couldn't just go and easily pick up as singles. It's a cool set, and, it brought us that Fusion Strike deck and all of that. But in terms of cards you really want to pull, it really is those three, and then a very, very sharp drop-off. And honestly, there's a pretty big drop-off between Espeon and Gengar, and then Mew down there beneath it. As for Silver Tempest, it's the Lugia set. Again, a very good set because it brought us Lugia, but it really is Lugia that you're trying to find here. It is a very sharp drop-off after Lugia. After Lugia, the next best card's like $25, but it's still a very cool set, filled with very cool cards. I still haven't actually picked up the Regidrago, and that's something that by now I probably should have done. Need to get on that, ladies and gentlemen. So pack selection-wise, it's fine. And I do need to say, we did have a couple of these a little while ago. We had Celebi and Jirachi pins coming around. They were in a different style. If you look at the packs here, it's side by side, and then you've got the pin in the middle, rather than the pins stacked. I don't know if that really means anything, but that's something to keep an eye on. And again, I cannot talk for Pokemon specifically. I can only give you my best inkling here. But it is kind of interesting. Sometimes companies do this. They do a new style of packaging, and then they launch a few products in quick succession in that packaging. Not a promise, just something we've seen from companies in the past. Keep an eye out. Now, the other thing we need to talk about today is something that was spotted by the lovely Primal Lugia over on Twitter, and it's this new Umbreon promo. Now, some of you are going to look at this Umbreon promo and go, hang on a second, Wassy, that's not new, mate. Yeah, it is. Now, a lot of you are thinking about the Umbreon EB Games promo, which is this same card with an EB Games stamp. Or a GameStop stamp. Shout out again to the lovely Primal Lugia for showing us this lovely image, which has a very big close-up on the two stamps. Primal Lugia is one of my favourite people in the Pokemon community. They are awesome. So yeah, check them out. They're awesome. But it's not that card. No, it is that card. It's clearly that card, but it's not that card. What do I mean when I say it's clearly that card, but it's not that card? I mean, it's still that same Umbreon. Still the one that we see from Obsidian Flames. But it has an actual Obsidian Flame stamp. It does not have the EB Games or GameStop stamp, which I know a bunch of you have actually got. That is weird, ladies and gentlemen. That is weird. Now, as it stands at the moment, and I would love to be corrected by this, if I'm wrong about this, if I'm mistaken, if I've missed something, please, 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 please do get me in the comment section and I will happily correct it. But as it stands at the moment, I have only seen this promo appearing in Switzerland. I have not seen this promo appearing anywhere else. This seems to be a Swiss exclusive. Why? I don't believe, and again, if I am mistaken about this and I've forgotten, let me know. I can't remember another Swiss exclusive promo because European countries rarely have exclusive promos because it's not really worth it. It's rarely worth going to the effort of printing these promos to be exclusive to one European country. Sure, there are exceptions like the on-the-ball promos, but the on-the-ball promos are very clearly an English FA thing. They weren't even UK promos. They were England promos. They didn't even make their way out to other countries in the United Kingdom. They were literally England promos, but they're England football team crossovers. So that's why, and that makes perfect sense, and I get that. It is strange to me, ladies and gentlemen, that this would be Switzerland only. But as it stands at the moment, I am only seeing this on Switzerland. I'm not seeing this anywhere else. And the really annoying thing is, trying to find this card is very annoying. Because the best thing that I can search is Umbreon Obsidian Flame stamped promo. Well, unfortunately, if you search for that, you also get the EB Games and the GameStop one. There is a trio of them, incidentally. Now, the one that is showing at the moment, the first one I searched for, is coming up for £127 plus postage. That is a very expensive card, ladies and gentlemen. That is a very expensive card. Is it actually selling for that? Let's have a look, shall we? The answer is yes. Kind of. I mean, the last three sold. One sold for 140, one sold for 85, and one sold for 75. Now, one thing I do think is interesting here, The news is not necessarily out. I know the lovely Primal Lugia has talked about this. Make sure you're checking them out on Twitter. But I'm not sure everybody is. This is not a story I've heard enough people talking about, considering how weird it is. I think this price could go up. Or maybe it's not actually exclusive to Switzerland. Maybe it's made its way out to Switzerland for the moment, and it's going to appear in other countries in the not too distant future. What I will say is, it's been a little while. And by now, I didn't want to bring you this story about this being a Switzerland exclusive because I just assumed it was going to be one, and we've seen this before, we've seen this plenty of times. I didn't want to bring you a video going, hey, it's exclusive to Switzerland, that's weird, and then the next day it's in Germany and Spain and Italy and the UK and I look like an idiot. So I've waited a few days. I've given it some time, assuming it was going to pop up in other countries. As it stands at the moment, that's not happening. And I'm not saying it won't, and I'm not saying it can't. But I am saying that it doesn't look like it's going to. And there's still a chance that literally tomorrow you see this popping up in other European countries and I get a bunch of messages being like, well, see, you're an idiot. How didn't you see this coming? Absolutely could happen. But as it stands at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, this is very, 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 very weird. Right, there we go. As a side note, I'm going to get a bunch of questions from people saying, should I buy this? I don't know. If this is genuinely a Switzerland exclusive Umbreon promo, bearing in mind Umbreon is super popular as a Pokemon, then this is probably going to be £100 card or more. So buying it now might be a play. I don't really know how I feel about a Switzerland exclusive promo because we've not seen them before. And my inkling is it's not going to remain Switzerland exclusive, but then it's also been a while and I've not seen it anywhere else. If it drops in other European countries, the price is going to crash. If it doesn't, the price is going to spike. And I know that's not brilliant advice, and I'm sorry. Right now, that's the best I can do. But I'm bringing the story, I'm bringing the news, and now it's over to you guys. Are you picking up these pin collections? What do you think about this Umbreon? Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @LeWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games, all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shout-outs on the channel like the lovely Ashley Munns, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.